Police officer in Linwood, Illinois, right outside of Chicago, was wrongfully charged with murder. He is now retiring after 25 years of service. Officer Dorian was once accused of being the so-called honeybee killer, and he spent 6 days in jail on those murder charges that were then later dropped. But instead of being bitter, he did the opposite. Not holding a grudge against law enforcement, he went on to serve and protect, and now that journey is coming to an end. Ben Bradley is with us, Emmy Award-winning investigative reporter from our friends at WGN. You told me you were working on this story about a week or so ago, and I said you got to come on and share it.
Yes, and thank you for having me, because this is one of those rare times in journalism when we can follow a story from beginning to end. And this retirement would not have happened if this officer had not had the support of a mental health therapist, his family, and fellow law enforcement. You see a lot in 25 years as a cop.
Little did I realize that I was going to end up serving this community in which I grew up in.
Dorian has seen more than most. No one could have faulted you if you had said, I'm done with law enforcement after how they treated me.
Yeah, and I had those thoughts.
Excuse me, excuse us.
In 2010, Dorian went from patrolman to perp.
Right, what do you have to say to all the people who believed in you?
A series of shootings along the Illinois-Indiana state line that killed one and injured others led to a frantic investigation for a suspect dubbed the honeybee killer, because a survivor said he had asked about bees before opening fire.
Jim, can we talk to you a second, Jim?
Will County law enforcement quickly zeroed in on one of their own, a Linwood cop they branded a murderer.
In this line of work, arrogance and stupidity is a very dangerous combination. And then when you throw ambition into the mix, you throw love for this camera into the mix, it can be deadly for citizens and their freedoms being taken away.
Despite providing an alibi, Dorian spent 6 days locked up in a jail cell and was charged with murder. Only after those days had gone by did detectives and prosecutors verify his story and validate his innocence.
I feel horrible that Dorian went through this, and I certainly would apologize for any inconvenience that he has suffered.
It would be 2 more months before the real honeybee killer was shot and killed while attempting to rob a tanning salon.
Just after 2 or 3 days of being in a box, the mind is weird and amazing thing, and this is where where Dr. McManus helped me. After 3 days or so, I'm sitting there actually considering in my box that I'm sitting there on the cot, man, maybe I was sleepwalking and I did do this. Good. I'm glad you pulled in, man.
Yeah.
God bless you.
Through therapy, the support of loved ones, and the family that is the Linwood Police Department, Dorian returned to the job. Why come back to be a cop after seeing the system get it so wrong?
I think I was stubborn. Going back to what my friend had told me, don't let them be the ones that take that away from you.
Did that experience make you a better cop?
I don't know if it made me a better cop. I think what it did was consciously make me show more empathy.
Like the time 5 years after his own arrest, Dorian was booking a murder suspect.
We're not asking no questions. You don't have to talk, okay?
No.
Okay.
I'm okay.
Okay.
I'm cool with it.
The suspect would confess to shooting 3 people, killing 1. Turned out Dorian had once helped his mom.
Thank you for being who you are.
You're welcome. Hey, I don't know if it means anything to you. When I lay down tonight and go to bed, I'll say a prayer for you. All right, bro?
Brian's one of the only officers I've ever met that could walk in the lockup, talk to a prisoner that's having a bad time, and tell them, I understand what you're going through, and truly mean it.
25 years after he took the oath to protect and serve,
Central 196.
Dorian signs off.
Sergeant Dorian, your tour of duty is complete.
Central 196, I am 1042 forever.
With those who got him through the toughest times, once again, there to serve as his backup.
during our sessions, I never thought I would see 20 years, let alone 25. Thank you for healing my mind and getting me back to work. I appreciate it, and I could never thank you enough.
Dorian sued Will County for his wrongful arrest and received a relatively small settlement, $126,000. Perhaps it was a blessing in disguise because it meant Dorian went back to work, ending his career, not as a victim, but a decorated police officer who wore his badge with honor.
Oh man, Ben, you make me cry here. I just loved hearing him sign off. I still, even though you asked him a bunch of times how he could let go of the emotion involved in going through that experience, he was still able to. What is it about him as you sat down and talked to him that struck you?
Well, here's this big, burly guy, right, who would be intimidating if you ran into him on the street. And he said, it wasn't until I let that drop and I sought mental health help. I talked about how I felt being locked up in those 6 days that I realized I could get through it and go past it. Before then, he said, every time he'd cuff a suspect, every time a cell door would close, it would bring him back to that moment that he was in a cell, charged with a murder he knew he didn't commit.
Right, and then he was able to apply compassion to that. Real quickly, what's he going to do in retirement? What's his plan?
Well, he's going to take some time, and then I have a sense he is going to continue working in schools, actually, perhaps as a school resource officer. He loves kids. He loves helping kids. He's got a family of his own, and it's just great to see that that did not end his career.
Right. Well, they'll benefit from what a wonderful man he is. Thank you, Ben. Good to see you. Have a good weekend. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.